Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good night. Happy Wednesday and happy Thursday. Thursday is upon us. Give it up to God. Give it up to God, man. If you have some time to come on in, as you do, if you're watching the replay, please remember um, to hit the like button and share this live. It's very important. So, um, hey Matthew, what's up? I was pretty busy today. Um, still had an opportunity to come on live in the evening. As you can see on the thumbnail, we have the three horsemen. Size 13. What do you call him? Is it Tough Tongue? Tough Tongue. And Craveny. No, Jamaica. I came on early and I spoke about the rains. Some people are experiencing it right now. Some people experienced it earlier today. And all indications is that we're going to be experiencing this hurricane. I don't think it's going to divert from us. I really don't. While we have size 13 disrupting the House of Parliament and causing confusion and mayhem, it has come to my understanding that there's some mayhem in our waters all around us in the Caribbean, and the United States is responsible for that mayhem. It's not just boats that are allegedly bringing in cocaine that is being shut down, or I don't know the adjective to use. Taken out from above. But right here on the ground, in our healthcare system, with our roads, with our water system, with just about every major ministry, our education, everything is compromised. I mean, there's nothing. I can't point to. Can you guys point to? Can you guys point to one thing that this government is doing that stands out as a positive? Can anybody do that? Like, honestly, like, yo, this is you can say, wow, this is life changing. This is really moving the needle among the regular citizens. I don't think I can think of any. I really don't. So I was listening to Andre, when I came home, because like I said, I had a busy day. And wow. To my surprise, ladies and gentlemen, Andre touched on a topic that I'm so happy he did. Very happy he did.
Advised Caribbean governments.
Right here. This brother right here. I have covered some of his videos. A couple of them. That voice is very distinct. From you hear his voice, you know who it is. You know? But is it me or is the color of the screen very dark? Maybe the light needs to turn from my end. Oh yeah, it's me. Oh yeah, it's definitely me. What is that? Some type of fabric or something? It's definitely me. The video is fine. You guys are seeing me pretty clearly. The light, I turned on the light very low because I want to preserve the battery. Because this battery have about maybe 2 hours when it's full. Listen to this, Jamaica. Listen to this. If you haven't heard it already, let's have a discussion. Listen to this.
It will be a December to remember when I start calling them names. Here, it will be a roller coaster December to remember. I have the affidavits already in the court. This time, I put. You remember what they had burn out Jamaicans for justice?
Commercial flight.
Yeah, and be prepared for what is to come. Listen to this argument.
This is not a drill anymore. It is war. I told you to prepare yourselves. Those who believe that nothing is going to happen, I wish them all the best. I'm making my preparations. The messages I received today indicated to me that in Washington, there is several meetings taking place where it appears that the U.S. administration is going to advise Caribbean governments that the airspace in certain parts of this region will not be usable, at least for commercial flights.
Guys, you hear that? They are going to advise them. Not ask them, Advise them. That's a cute way of saying, we're just going to tell you that this is how it is. Argument done. No rebuttals. Yeah? Here we go.
Very soon. They are expected to brief the Caribbean governments or advise them, tell them in the coming days. That is the information I'm getting. In the coming days, they will advise Caribbean government that the airspace above several of these countries will not be usable for commercial traffic. That's the information I'm getting. Like I said, that is what is being discussed to advise Caribbean governments on. That only tells me one thing. We will watch, we will wait, and we will see what takes place. This
WHR, ladies and gentlemen. WHR.
This is not a drill anymore, guys. These people mean business. They will get rid of Maduro at any cost, even if it means there will be a war in this part of our region. 10,000 soldiers, warships, drones, amphibian craft, F-35s, whatever you want to call it. It's here. It is serious, and you need to be prepared. Share this, spread the word far and wide. Take a look at this video.
Look at the growing U.S. military presence in the Caribbean. For years, most of America's military might was split between the Middle East and the Pacific.
King Charles III.
The Middle East and the Pacific. Now the Pentagon is reallocating assets from those regions, moving warships to the Caribbean in what looks like a major military buildup in that region for what many fear is an undeclared war. Chief National Security Correspondent Jennifer Griffin tells us where they are tonight.
14% of the Navy's fleet is now in the Caribbean, according to IEJ Media, including a buildup of 10,000 Marines and sailors, a dozen warships, a nuclear-powered fast attack submarine, a special operations mothership with drone capabilities, 3 guided missile destroyers, and the USS Iwo Jima with an amphibious ready group on board. The USS Lake Erie, a guided missile cruiser with 32 Tomahawk missiles, was pulled from the Pacific and is now focusing on Venezuela, where the U.S. sent 3 B-52s, escorted by stealth F-35s on a show-of-force mission. 10 F-35s have been based in Puerto Rico since September 13th. Live fire and flight operations across the Caribbean have made the buildup look far bigger than a counter-narcotics push, yet not big enough for an invasion. The focus appears to be disputed Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro and now Colombia's President Gustavo Petro.
He's a lunatic who's got a lot of problems, mental problems.
President Petro called President Trump rude and ignorant.
The community has a first option to change Trump. If not, remove Trump.
7 U.S. airstrikes against small boats the Pentagon said were carrying narcotics have killed at least 32 people, whose identities the Pentagon has not released. In at least one case, Colombia's president said one of those killed, Alejandro Carranza, was a fisherman.
When you kill someone, you should know, if you're not at war, not in a declared war, you really need to know someone's name, at least. You have to accuse them of something. You have to present evidence. So all these people have been blown up without us knowing their name, without any evidence of a crime.
Authorities in Ecuador have released the survivor of last week's U.S. military strike on a submersible that the U.S. government said was carrying fentanyl. 2 people were killed on board. A third was injured and returned to Colombia. But the Ecuadorian government says there is no evidence that the Ecuadorian man had committed a crime. Brett?
Jennifer, thank you.
I'm going to advise you again, because a lot of people apparently believe that absolutely nothing will take place. We don't wish it to take place. But every discussions and the information I'm getting is to the point, and so far, I have not been wrong. But let's pray God I'm wrong this time. We are in for a serious and a rude awakening in this caravan of ours. Prepare yourself. Prepare your food, your water, things that you will need, because electricity will be a problem. Some of these islands have already started to experience difficulty with communication, cellular data. And that is because the ships are in the region, they're jamming signals. I'm not going to preach this all the time. I'm making my own preparations. If you don't want to make yours, as the old people say, when shit hit the fan, nobody blame me. I did my part in alerting Caribbean people. This is getting serious. It is not a joke. And when we have leaders who help to foment these things, that is when it is even worse. That is done, dusted and gone. Can't take that back. All I'm saying to Caribbean people, prepare yourselves. Whatever little you can, prepare. You can go online, you have a phone in your hand, is Google, ask them how to prepare for war, what supplies you need. That's all I'm saying. I don't have to tell you everything. I did many videos on these things before. They're all on my channel. Go look for them. But if you want, you go to Google and you type in what to use in cases of war, what to have, what supplies. Use your phone for things that should help you. Don't just use it to watch foolishness on TikTok and share up AI videos. You guys have a good day. You guys have a good day now. I'm gone.
How do you prepare for civil war? Well, I'm going to tell you right now. I'm a former CIA officer. I'm married. I've got 7 kids. I obviously want them to be safe and protected. So I'm going to tell you what I do. However, obviously, I pray that never, ever, 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 ever do we have another civil war in this country. Is that something that happens in my lifetime or any of our lifetimes, right? That would be absolutely terrible.
All right, guys, welcome back. Survival Living here. So today's video is actually an encouragement video trying to get you guys prepping hard. So we're going to be going over the very basics and kind of show you guys that prepping is actually very easy to do. People overthink a lot of this. Now, there are higher aspects into prepping, more niche items and things like that to make sure that you have everything secured. But we're going back to the basics on this, especially for new viewers that are brand new to prepping. I see it in the comment sections. I don't know what to buy. I bought all of this. I don't know what to do with it. Hey, we need to discuss this. Now, the exact first thing, the very first thing you need to be working on is water filters, stored water. All right, so what we have here is the 2 basic water filters. Just about every YouTuber will always promote these 2, and I do as well. Well, I do one as well. We have the Life Straw, all right, and we have the Sawyer Mini. Both of these filters will filter out bacteria in your water, making it clean to drink for bacterial, all right, to remove pathogens that creates dysentery, giardia. Both work really well. This one here does not last as long. This here with the plunger system is like up to 100,000 gallons, if I remember correctly. And that's because it has a back plunger system that you flush it out. You can't flush this out. 2, even with the images on here, I don't know if you can see that, you have to put it in your mouth and dip your head down into the water source or a container to drink. This here comes with a pouch. Fill up the pouch, screw it on. You can screw it on a bottle, walk off with it. You don't have to worry about it. I like this one better, but the filtration process is the exact same on these. Water filters. All right. I would recommend later getting higher quality water filters, especially ones that filters out chemicals, radiological. There's all kind of different water filters out there. I definitely recommend that, even a reverse osmosis system or a water distillery to actually distill water. We've done videos on those different ways of purifying water. Next up, water storage. This here is a water brick. All right. This is a very easy way of storing water. I don't care if you're using a water brick, if you're using 1 gallon jugs, if you're using 5 gallon, the big old tanks that you put in a water dispenser, whatever it is, as long as you are storing up water on hand and that you can actually cycle it through. So no algae builds up in it, nothing. Down here in Florida, algae grows in water really, really quick. We have well water, so it is not treated by the city. City water is actually treated with chlorine, it's got fluoride, it's got all kinds of stuff in it. You know, your tap water. A lot of the stuff that they put in there keeps algae from growing in pipes. That's why, supposedly, why they do it. To keep the algae from growing in the pipe system coming to your home. We drink well water, and we've done testing on our well water. We have to run it through a reverse osmosis system. We have to run it through a Berkey-style filter. We make sure that our drinking water, our cooking water, is clean. So, stored water. I recommend storing as much as possible. Water weighs a lot. Water takes up a lot of room, especially if you're using jugs and 2-liter bottles. Water bricks. Awesome idea, awesome plan to, utilize these. They stack on top of each other. You can even make furniture out of it if you wanted to. Whatever. But having water on hand is very important. Next to rain barrels, swimming pools, things of that nature, water is extremely important. Next up, all preppers discuss this, including myself. We actually do weekly payday preps. Show you what we do every week, or at least we try to do every week. When we go to the store and show you what we're stocking up, we put things in a rotational stock. This is food that we use all the time. One of the biggest things I see from new people to prepping is I went and bought a whole bunch of stuff and it expired, mainly because they had the panic buy during the shutdown or some type of conflict going on they got worried about, and they went to the store, bought a couple $100 to $1,000 worth of canned goods and dry goods, stuck it in a closet somewhere, and now it's past date. Unfortunately, a lot of that food actually is still good. Just because it has a best by date, that is not an expiration date, and the best by date is designed to sell more products. That's what that is. All right, so rotational stock. Go to your local store, canned goods and dry goods. But please, me personally, if you're hungry enough, you eat it. You know how I know this? Because I've been in the situations. All right, I'm a former train rider. I was on the run. I lived out of my backpack and off the land for 1.5 years. I picked up dead carcasses of a lot of different things that wasn't my kill. If you're hungry, you eat it. This here's canned chicken. We get a lot of this. I've shown so many videos on this. This stuff is amazing. I'll take it out with me all the time when I do my camp out videos, my outdoor survival videos. Quick, easy meal, throw in some rice, things of that nature. Freaking awesome. You put in a rotational stock. Every week you go buy something, put it in a stock, rotate it out. You use it, replace it. It'll never go bad. Spaghetti. Cheap, effective, makes a turd. A lot of calories in this. Spaghetti lasts a very long time, especially when you Mylar it up yourself. Very simple to do. We've done so many videos, there might be one popped up there for you. Mylar in your own products. Extend the life of it. Lasts much longer. If you don't want to deal with rotation of stocks, long-term food. This is freeze-dried food, lasts up to 25 years. If you don't want to be dealing with Mylaring up your food, cycling it through, going to the store, buying canned goods, all that stuff, this here does not take up much space, weighs next to nothing, and there's all kind of different companies out there. We are affiliated with many of them. This in here is 4 pages we're affiliated with. We're affiliated with many of these companies because we use many of these companies. I did not just pick one and say, you're the only company I plan on using. No, because I like to eat a variety of different types of food. Long-term food, this is for our long-term past our normal rotational stock. Lasts up to 25 years. We get stuff like that on top of our normal foods. This
25 years? Wow. So people, we have to do no one research. You see how me do the research in a real time?
Low battery, please charge.
Oh, come on. Really, bro? Oh, I gotta go get my extension.
This is also how we help prepare other family members that are not preppers. They don't want to deal with it because they're not a prepper. We get them a supply of this, put it underneath their bed, put it in a closet for them, water filtration, alternative power, things of that nature, and that's that. So I know that they are took care of until I can arrive to extract them out of a hot zone. Next up, medical. Yeah. Over-the-counter medication, trauma kits, everything to deal with gunshots to poison oak, whatever. Get some medical.
Low battery, please charge.
And to sustain your life, diabetes, heart, blood pressure medication, things of that nature, that should go right up there with water. All right, when you actually buying stocks into preparedness, that's where it should be at. It should be one of your top priorities. You can last a long time without food. A lot of people like to say, well, you can go so many days without eat anything and you'll be fine. You can't. From my experience, from all my outdoor training, actual survival training.
Low battery, please charge.
Your body deteriorates. You don't have the energy. You don't have the mental fortitude to think clearly. Your heart starts pounding out of your chest because your body's actually attacking it too, because your heart's a muscle when you don't have food. So even though that you're alive, you're not functioning. You're not functioning to the capacity and the survival level you should be. Basically, you're just laying there. I'm not talking bad about anybody, but that's not survival. It's not. That's just laying around. And that's just hoping that the other person taps out first. Medical is extremely important. You need to have this. All right. What happens if you fall, twist your ankle, break a finger, take a bullet shot? I'll tell you what, you take a gunshot wound, you're going to need more than this. You're going to need a trauma team. I think a lot of people watch way too many TV shows and they see the gunshot victims where they just, kind of shrug one off and they're out there digging it out with their forceps or whatever, gritting, biting down on a piece of leather or something like that. It's a lot more complex than that. There's a lot of arteries, nerve endings, and things inside your body. You know what you really need to do, ladies and gentlemen, if you're in the mindset of that, go ahead and look up some ballistic gel target practicing. Watch the impact zone and the pressurized system of that, the force of everything, when that bullet goes through these things. That's happening inside the body. Odds are when you do get shot, you wind up nicking arteries because most bullets start to shrapnel off. You need a medical team, which means that you need a hospital. Well, during full-blown SHTF, good luck with that. Should you have firearms? Should you have bullets? Should you have body armor? Now, I recommend it. Of course, you have to defend your stuff. Do I recommend you being on the front line screaming and hollering on a front wave attack of something? No. It's a different time. It's different than wartime scenario in today's society. We have med systems set up. We have logistics to get troops out by helicopter, everything else during a combat situation. During SHTF, you don't have that. Something to think about. Next up, cooking fuel. This here is 1 pound propanes. We use a propane stove inside our home. We actually have adapters for our 100-gallon tanks. We have adapters for our 20 pounders, the regular outdoor grills. You've seen them. So we have these. So I'm keeping these on hand. They are fast, effective. I can always disconnect, hook up our line that goes outside, and we can run off those tanks as well. Great items to have. They also work with lanterns and things like that. But these are the very basics that you need to be working on. Water, food, medical, defensive tools, ways of cooking, boiling. That's what you need to be working on.
Man, shout out to Survival Living on YouTube. Yeah, check them out. I just subscribed. You got things like pepper spray, getting pepper sprayed. How do you repel pepper spray? You got all types of videos over here. So if you're talking about, you know what I'm saying, survival, a war breaking out in the Caribbean, so many of us here in Jamaica never handled a gun before, never held a gun before. We only see police in the streets with guns. Gun access is very, it's a very small club, you know, of licensed firearm holders are here. We're basically sitting ducks if a war was to break out in our waters. You know, when I saw this on Andre's show, I remembered a prophecy about a tsunami. The guy with the beard. For those who have been watching this platform for a very long time, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The old man with the beard, the bald-headed man with the beard, and he spoke about a dream he had where something fell out the sky, and when it hit the ocean, it was an instant earthquake, and it was a massive earthquake and tsunami. You understand? I'm not trying to put fear in anyone, but I think it's wise for us to prepare for the absolute worst. Why not? Why not watch more videos on how to survive the unsurvivable? You know, those basic things that the gentleman just shared with us. Your water, your filtering of your water. Arms, I don't know the arms is going to go. You know, like I said, most Jamaicans, you know, we don't have any access to any guns. Law-abiding citizens anyway. We don't have any access to any guns. We don't have any access to any means to get licensed firearm. Getting licensed firearm in Jamaica is one of the most difficult things. You know, it's almost like a boys club where if you don't know some people, you'll never be able to get a license. That's what I heard anyway. That's what I heard. You know what I'm saying? Gonzalez criticized. Oh, wait. So this is about the war. This is why I love this Prime Minister from St. Vincent. You know? He doesn't hold his word. Gonzalez criticizes Trinidad and Tobago's support for U.S. military strikes in the Caribbean. Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Dr. Ralph Gonzalez, has labeled the Trinidad and Tobago government's support of ongoing U.S. military action in the Caribbean as misguided. He said, speaking on Tuesday at the University of the West Indies Vice Chancellor's Forum on Promises, Passports and Possibilities, Free Movement, the CSME, and the Caribbean Regionalization Project. Gonzalez expressed concern over the implications of U.S. airstrikes on vessels in the region. He urged the Trinidad government to reconsider its stance, warning that one state's action should not intervene in the business of another state. Gonzalez said if the ultimate goal of these U.S. strikes is regime change in Venezuela, the entire Caribbean could be destabilized. Many bad actors could seek to take advantage of such actions to move to other countries in the region, and this could become a crisis. He's right, you know. And I never thought about that. In the case of war, ladies and gentlemen, chaos is an opportunity for criminals. And high value criminals at that too. You understand? high-value criminals. It goes on to say that the USA has claimed the responsibility for a series of strikes on boats allegedly involved in narcotics trafficking destined for the USA. The attacks have reportedly unalived 32 people, including 2 Trinidad and Tobago nationals. 2 survivors are expected to be repatriated according to statements from U.S. President Donald Trump. It goes on to say over the weekend, the government of Trinidad and Tobago. Wait, what just happened? What just happened? Oh, you know, honestly, something is dreadfully wrong with the Gleaner. You know? Why the links on the Gleaner is so corrupt? I was just reading the thing and then the article just disappeared. Over the weekend, the government of Trinidad and Tobago released a statement fully endorsing the U.S. Military operations, describing it as a targeted effort to combat drug trafficking, human trafficking, and transnational crime. The statements emphasize that the operations is not intended to harm law-abiding citizens. Not intended? Suppose it does. What then? Including fisher folk and seafarers. However, Trinidad and Tobago did not sign on to an official CARICOM statement, which reaffirmed the Caribbean's status as a zone of peace and called for disputes to be settled peacefully and in accordance with international law. The CARICOM communique also stressed respect for the sovereignty and territorial integrity of all member states. Prime Minister Gonzalez expressed concern over the apparent division within the region, pointing the lack of coordination of foreign policy among CARICOM states. He called for resolution through diplomacy and leadership, stating that the region needs more statesmen and stateswomen to bridge these divides. On the topic of regional integration, Gonzalez praised the recent free movement agreement among Barbados, Belize, Dominica, St. Vincent, and the Grenadines as progress towards the goals of the Caribbean single market and economy, that is the CSME. However, he acknowledged that significant obstacles remained include the fragmentation of currencies across member states. Other speakers at the UWI forum included Professor Sir Hilary Beckles, Vice President Chancellor of UA, Justice Anthony Gafford, Chairman of the Tax Appeal Board of Trinidad and Tobago, Dr. Indira Rampasad, Head of the Political Science Department of the University of the West Indies, St. Augustine, and Ambassador Anthony Hilton, Trade Policy Expert from Jamaica. End of article. Massive respect to the Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Dr. Ralph Gonzalez, always on the right side of history, where these situations are concerned. I hope he keeps championing. What is going on here? Oh, I was wondering if he jumped over the house. I was like, what? Oh, what is this? Alright, I'm not going to be taking the music because I don't know what is copyrighted. So this lady is walking on water. You gotta be kidding me. This gotta be a trick. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. What? Bro, what are we doing? If you're talking about survival, we definitely need these slippers. Maybe we can walk across the water back to Africa. How about that? Get the hell up out of here. Because it's about to get hot in these streets. Lord of mercy. Woo. It's crazy, man. I know I'm making light of it, but, it's very worrying. It's extremely worrying. Let's hear what Andre has to say. Let's go back to that.
Jamaica, I have taught you months now the importance of geopolitics in the region. I told you the visits by Rubio will bring consequences.
Sure did.
I asked you, Jamaica, what did Holness sign and agree to in that CARICOM meeting?
We will never know. We will never know.
You now understand, and you're understanding the intricacies that are simply decoys.
You hear that? Hold on, go back.
And up that the boats that were bombed up are simply decoys.
Wow.
And those boats were just what?
Decoys.
They stalemate.
Mirrors.
Trump interest is in Venezuela. Holness from 2016 turned on Venezuela. We suspended the Petrocarib Fund. But Holness also knows that the Road and Belt Initiative that he signed to with the Chinese is going to be to the detriment. And Trump is going very hard in the region. He's not even recognizing the Caribbean waters as a safe zone for peace.
Exactly. It's funny how all of this is happening since there's potentially oil in Jamaica waters, in our zone. Isn't that funny? Isn't that odd? Isn't it odd, ladies and gentlemen? Don't you guys find that odd? I find that very odd. I find that very odd.
As a safe zone for peace.
Yeah, I find that very odd.
10,000 soldiers, marine, warships, airstrikes are in Caribbean waters. Things of this sort is not being spoken about in mainstream media.
Nope.
The media of Jamaica are not talking about it because they don't want the panic.
Yeah, and this is the thing. That's why I say, Juliet Holness in Parliament the other day was a huge distraction. This is what we really should be talking about.
But the oil in Venezuela is of great interest to the Americans. And Madeira is seen as a to Trump's sovereignty. And what Trump wants, Jamaica.
And then, I don't even want to talk about it. Wait, I'll talk about it after this. I'm going to get a headache if I do.
It is not just Trump and the US. Trump wants to take over the entire region. And he needs allies to do so. So Holness being so silent. Holness being the puppet and Trump being the puppeteer. I tell you before, I warned you. Mia Motley warned you. Ralph Gonzalez warned you.
That's facts.
The Caribbean is under threat.
Yeah, it's serious.
The independent sovereignty of its people is under threat.
Yes.
The plurality of the Caribbean is under threat.
Yes.
But Trinidad and Holness will support Trump. And then Jamaica and Trinidad will be in that crossroads. So very soon, after the war starts, you think that the Chinese not going to come and help Venezuela?
Think about that.
You think the Chinese not going to come or Russia not going to come to help Venezuela? Remember, they're socialists.
Yes.
On that same channel, I remember, I think he showed a video where there was a Russian vessel that pulled up in the Caribbean, a submarine. I'm talking about smooth, Like a baby's bottom. Just pulled up. Slide right in. You heard me? Yup.
You must remember the geopolitics of the region. Remember Venezuela, China, and Russia have all socialistic governments.
Yeah.
And Cuba.
Yeah, Cuba too.
So
yeah.
Jamaica is at a crossroads. Jamaica, they are Cuba. Cuba, they right there, so. Venezuela down there, so we not the middle.
No, but, I mean, we have disrespected the Cubans. When the USA came the other day with the whole thing about the nurses or the doctors, the Cuban, yo, all of that was just, was very distasteful, you know, the stance that the Jamaican government took. It's one thing for the USA to ask you to do something, but if it's not in your best interest and the best interest of your people that elected you in office, you should have a spine. Yeah, man, you should have a spine. And you should activate your spine and speak on behalf of the people. It's that simple.
But they right there, so. Venezuela down there, so we not the middle. And remember the US needs...
And it's not just speak on behalf of the people, it's also taking action on behalf of the people as well.
Goat Island at this time. You remember, I said to you, Goat Island can't be touched. Remember in the visit with Rubio, Rubio spoke about Goat Island.
Why is that though? Very interesting. Big up to Andre on that. No, he spoke about something with Christopher Tufton, but I know the article is there, so I'm just gonna go to the Gleaner and I'm gonna search for the article. 4 Jamaican Canadians beaming with pride after Homeland's salute. 34 assorted rounds of ammunition found in abandoned building in St. Thomas. Man charged for allegedly stealing access cards, setting fire to Windward Road business. Whoa. Whoa. Listen to this.
We start with the weather. The Meteorological Service of Jamaica has warned that up to 12 inches of rain could...
This is 1 hour ago now. Up to 12 inches of rain. Listen.
drench eastern Jamaica as Tropical Storm Melissa moves slowly across the Caribbean. Director of the Met Service, Evan Thompson, says while landfall is unlikely, the storm's outlets are expected to start affecting the island by Thursday.
So you guys understand that although the storm the eye doesn't need to touch Jamaica for it to be effective in just 12 inches of water.
However, expected to become a hurricane, and this is likely to occur sometime by Friday as we go into the weekend.
And Minister of Water, Environment and Climate Change, Matthew Samuda, is urging Jamaicans to prepare as a tropical storm Melissa nears. He says the government is coordinating a unified national response across key agencies. The National Works Agency on Wednesday conducted cleanup operations of the Sandy Gully, the largest drainage system in Kingston and St. Andrew. In other news, former Director of Information and Complaints Craig Beresford has been tapped to lead the Integrity Commission as Executive Director. He and two other senior officials were expected to be sworn in by Governor General Sir
Oh, we're gonna get to this.
Patrick Allen. The police say between $15 and $20 million stolen from a beryllium armored vehicle.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about that. No.
Will remain missing nearly a week after the security guard.
Oh man, boy, I tell you, boy. St. Catherine disaster preparedness official concerned about flooding in low-lying communities amid TC Melissa, Tropical Storm Melissa. This is chairman of the St. Catherine Disaster Preparedness Management Committee, Dr. Kurt Wall. We had him on the show, you know. We had Dr. Kurt Wall on the platform. I did an interview with him before the elections, you know. Wow, you know, I hope that he's doing well personally and also, you know, in service of the people in St. Catherine. Money College, adjust class amid tropical storm. Adjust class? How about you, how about y'all close down the damn school? Hey, how about that? Close class. Schools directed to move classes online. You know what? I'm not even going to touch that. Bahamas government defends decision to use dormant accounts to fund disaster emergencies. Okay. Gas prices down $3. $3.06. Okay. The dollar is still high, 161.21 for the dollar. Grand Palladium exposes students, teachers to practical STEM tech. Oh, that is nice. Shout out to Grand Palladium. That is nice. Ministry of Agriculture ramps up preparation efforts ahead of tropical storm. Oh man. You know, JUTC tour lobbies for a rollback of JUTC rural services. Overseas line workers being brought in. Yo, I saw something about a scam. Scam the poor people of their money to go to United States and all type of different places to work for 5 years. Man shot by police in St. Andrew succumbs to his injuries. Attorney at law Kevin Powell and Pierre Rogers appointed King's Counsel. Okay, I think this is it. Here we go. Health Minister Tufton is facing criticism over a response from X account to journalist Zara Burton stating, "You need mental health therapy? I hope you seek it," following her comment about his recent national honor. The October 20 post was in reply to Burton's comment on a post by an ex-user showing Tufton after he received the national honor, the Order of Distinction. At a dark day in Jamaica. At a ceremony on Monday, Burton wrote, "Classic Jamaica, classic, just incredible, LOL." See it there? See it there? I think I need to turn down the brightness so you guys can see it better. There you go. See it? Guys see it? So, classic. You need mental health therapy. I hope you seek it. What? Why does she need mental health? I think he should be stripped of his doctorate or name, this doctor in front of his name. I think he should be stripped of it just for that statement alone. What about this statement would you warrant to say, make an assessment that the person needs mental health? That is weird, bro. All she said was classic Jamaica. Classic, just incredible, LOL. But it burned Tufton so much. Tufton, we never know say you're so thin skin. Most narcissists are. But I never knew. I never knew you were so thin skin. Very interesting. To the point where Zara Burton replied to a post, and her reply brought about an assessment from you that this lady, this wonderful lady, Zara Burton, anywhere you are, ma'am, thank you for all your work that you have put out. And if you are continuing to do so, big up yourself. We thank you. Keep up the good work. You see me? No. What is it about this statement from her that is, I don't know, warranting him saying that she need mental health? Bro, he was just trying to be mean, you know, because he's hurt. Oh, 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 Lord of mercy. Help Minister. I don't even want to call him that. Let me just move on. October 24th, blah, blah, blah. Tufton has been criticized by some online users on uncouth responses. One person stated, no, from a doctor not so qualified to diagnose with a seeming delusion grade, no, inhabitable, no, delusional grade inability to tell right from wrong, and responsibility for demonstrating and unweaponizing people, my brain slow right now. Destigmatizing and unweaponizing mental illness. Who imported the bench but not the wellness? Irony abounds. Posted Dr. Deb Hicklin Gordon, former opposition PMP spokesperson on culture. This is not acceptable, added some persons seemingly agreed with Tufton wellness bench for a start, one user said. Tufton a bad boy, you know. So he did not take down the account, and we don't want any apology from Christopher Tufton. Christopher Tufton, in my opinion, is a low-level human being. That's the best I can do for him. His character is not one that I would emulate. Let me say that. Christopher Tufton character is not one that I would emulate, meaning I shouldn't even have him on my thumbnail. I don't want to promote him in any fashion or form, you know. That's just me, because I look at it a little bit different than you boys and girls. I don't. Tufton, no. Oh yeah. So this is Sandy Gully. As much as I hate that we do these things last minute and there isn't any real preparation, you know, before, I don't know, 48 hours of just mayhem of a storm coming to Jamaica. Yeah, that's kind of off. Look at that. These things should be, we should be ready that if any storm should hit us by surprise, we wouldn't really be surprised, if you know what I mean. Right? We wouldn't be surprised. But hey, you know, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Will it ever change? I don't know. So Tufton, that you go on with, sir. Disrespect Zara Burton. And ultimately disrespect every journalists, whether they are investigative or otherwise, once you hold a channel to some level or some regard, you're considered that, you know? Let me see. Tufton. Oh yes, the GG. How could I forget? Governor General. We can't let you out, my boss. No money have to come to the front of the class. Governor General Sir Patrick Allen is expected to swear in 3 directors of the Integrity Commission this morning. Right, that was 13 hours ago, so obviously they were sworn in. Bleaner sources have confirmed that Craig Beresford, the former Director of Information and Complaints, is to be sworn in as Executive Director, while Ronif Lawrence, who acted in the position of Director of Corruption Prosecution, to take up the post full time. Oh, so now I understand. Now I get it. Oh my. I understand what happened now. Joeth Jones Hall, the manager of declaration at the IC, is to take over the reins as Director of Information and Complaints. So, people, the GG, now I am of the view that Ronif Lawrence and Craig Beresford is the problem the GG have. Is who they are. Craig Beresford affidavit that Andrew Wallace wanted to strike it out, and the judge said no. When listen, can't say me never want no trouble on the land. Trouble on the land and trouble in the seas, ladies and gentlemen. Trouble there. Why was the GG? What is the explanation for the Governor General? Now, just after creating all this fuss, is now signing off on the same names that were already there. And so this is why I said to Diane Jackson Miller, and this is not me bashing her, but look around. You know, just look around. Why? Sad, brother, sad. Governor General, you waste your time. You waste, you violate, you disrespect, you waste your time, brother. Appoint the people them so them can go do them work. Them have a lot of work to do. Oh, so Ronif Lawrence, farmer. No wonder the GG. So Mr. Governor General, I really, Andrea, try to protect. I really, Andrea, how much you guys want to bet me that they will be calling for amendment of the IC Act, specifically where appointments are concerned? Because I think the GG got caught with his pants down with this recent uproar in the public space. On my platform as well, I went in. Maybe not enough. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe I didn't do it enough. Right? But I did. Because I found it extremely alarming what I was hearing in the article. You know, but I didn't have certain information and I was trying to figure it out. But at the end of all of this, the GG has wasted our time. He literally has wasted our time. Just sign off on the thing and let go the people. And there's nothing you can do about it. And you know, respect to Diane Jackson Miller, but I disagree with her on the premise that, you know, she was blaming the IC. I just couldn't blame the IC. To me, this is all. And I understand what she was doing because she was pretty much spreading the blame so as to not seem, I don't know, biased. That's my interpretation. I could be wrong. I am open to correction. Yes? Okay. All right. So let me go move on from that. Let me see if I can find any statements by the Integrity Commission on the Twitter. The XE. Right. Here we go. Alright, so let's see. This is what? Public notice 5 hours ago. Wait. So they did post something. Okay. They did post something. What am I saying, sir? Integrity Commission announced new appointment. Yo, the Integrity Commission is a troll. Oh my God. After all of that from the GG have to just Lego the thing, brother. This is embarrassing. It is. Am I lying though? It's embarrassing. Oh, it's embarrassing. So we have Mr. Kirkberry's for the Rodney Florence and Joette Jones. Congratulations to all these 3 people. And see what they said here. The Integrity Commission looks forward to working with the new directors to advance change in its critical work in safeguards integrity with the public service and guided by the fact that the integrity is the quiet force that compels us to do what is right. Big up the Integrity Commission. Very interesting. I guess I'll have to. Can't find that person. What's your name? Size 13. She need a new space. Can you imagine? I wanna make up right now. What is Judith Otis doing at home right now? I'm not talking about right now, but you know what I mean. Man, listen. I can't believe he's putting it. What? The GG really let me down. Let down Jamaica, brother. Where am I going with them? Make no sense. I mean, I try to wrap my mind around it, but it not work. Man just waste everybody time.
Women keep women.
Pause for a cause. Relax. You got done my ears. All Marvin when I want about this thing in the Caribbean, you know. And enough of we didn't have pay attention and never listen. But here we are. But Marvin put on a whole heap of video, man. I can reserve some of them.
Oh, Jamaica.
Yeah, them video all. I'm gonna do a whole heap more things right now. I guess I'm not really put out the video them on TikTok. What's your name? I thought for the press. See one video.
What the Jamaica Labour Party is doing to choose Jamaica. My Jamaican family. What the Jamaica Labour Party is doing to choose.
Oh, that's a warning time.
Jamaica needs to prepare itself for this dispensation of the fourth industrial revolution, where the cyber world will be paired with the physical world. So you're living in the cyber physical.
So people, robots are going to replace enough of the jobs them. But they're being told that we should be prepared for the cyber world. Oh man, this dude act as if he is the opposition leader and he's just trying to get clarity. That's what he does. People, I'm tired of that one. Tired of Andrew, I'm tired overall. But I'm happy that the Integrity Commission, you know, get to handle them business. So, right it now that me think
government cannot liberate the people. If the head of the stream is corrupt, the entire river.
Brazil.
And all the PMP them not like prosperity.
Oh, here we go. Oh yeah, I want to hear
Man,
this.
we love position, you know. I love work. You hear that?
But people don't feel talk about it. We uncomfortable with her. Because she not going there and behave like a lady with virtue and balance and fairness. I see when one time they come talk the show about Samuda. Him take up phone and call the radio station. I don't think me I forget. And I saw them want to protect him from them who they are radio station to who in them party. You know, boy, you don't want people to talk things around here. She go like she had done. And she not general in her parliament and diss up the people them. But she not put Warmington in her place.
Exactly.
And if she want to say me not have no bias. You see the Warmington make a good point. Warmington put Terry Long in her place and tell him so no come chat no Spanish yes sir. We not chat Spanish and we done with Spanish colonizer a long time and Warmington have in paper and show him say these standing orders say you ought to speak to us in English. And I commend Warmington for that. I love it. So me no bias when me I say that. Labor right. Idiot done said can't spell labor right.
Boy, oh, that just makes me come alive. Boy, hey, talk to him, baby.
I don't have a dictionary next door because me myself is a dictionary. And I'm bright out and I don't want people to talk it short. Her behavior is not correct.
No.
Could never be correct for the Speaker of the House.
Never be.
And now you're going to come and say that it is when people catch your eye, you're going to acknowledge them to speak in the parliament.
What kind of
Who the hell is this man?
Exactly. Me said the lady, yo, I'm telling you, I'm glad somebody, I thought something was wrong with me. The way, listen, this lady is irritating, bro. How dare you? Who are you? Or who the hell you think you is? You don't talk to grown people like that. Some of them are older than her. She feisty.
She doesn't make up the rules as she goes along. The rules are in the same standing orders that Warmington referred to. She's rude and out of order. Who just a style the thing? After that, who just a style the thing? Why your problem? We don't care if Terry Long want to chat 10 different language, Parliament or English if it's chatting now.
Straight. Oh, how about that?
He can talk to the Cuban ambassador in Spanish, of course. No problem. But when he chat to Warmington and the Parliament, he can't do it. So Warmington have a right to say what he want to say.
True. Hey, you know, so one minute that'll be a problem for them. We say everything is going to be okay. I like your faith. Simon say, yeah, they're afraid I am. Alright, so that person here a spam. Alright, goodbye. Don't spam in the chat. And just put the same message over and over again. I just caught that. My apologies. Boy, I mean, hey, me like this, you know, man. Me sorry, so I never catch this earlier, and I like this. This deserve a whole show. This deserve a whole show by itself. Come out, energy swinging. Yes, Amber beat them, and she mentioned how some would have, hey, me love that. Me love it. Me love it.
Me not understand this woman here. First of all, she says that she's referring to standing orders, but yet this morning she can get up with a brand new rule just off the whim. That's crazy.
That's madness.
That is ridiculous. And you're telling me that because a few labor rights want to come and say whatever they want to say with their misspelling and their stupid ideas of being so loyal to the party that they're blind to reality, that I must ignore them. I ignore them. I done them. I run them. Come out on the page.
Done them, mama. Done them.
And you can't tell me nothing. Me not have nothing bad to say about Andrew. Me not disrespect nobody. Me talk the truth. See, same thing Roger said, why them always a protect some mother? Awa.
True.
Awa.
They always a protect him. I don't know.
Why them always a protect him?
I don't know is what.
Him come and he make a speech. Questions are gonna follow. It's the normal procedure.
Yeah. You know, I don't think Mati Samuda is not competent enough to answer the question, you know, or be witty. I don't think that is the case, you know. I just don't know why them are baby him. And she right. So is it that he's not competent? Listen, if that is the case, you know, we need the fire for burn. Because we have to expose any incompetence in the government of important ministries. You understand? So, I don't know.
Why?
I don't know. It's all that way, though.
Who depend on year to year, Sonia? Me a wait for the answer. Everybody who says it when me no want they say, or me no like, me have to find out. Who are you talking to? I hardly ever talk about this woman. I could never me talk. I hardly ever talk about Juliet Holness.
Oi, nobody knows Juliet Holness. We done say what we say about her being the Speaker House already. Come like a vex, make sure I can go and say in a parliament. Nobody know business about Juliet Holness. No one cares. She's not important to the grand scheme of things as far as we are concerned. You understand? She's just a thorn and an irritant to democracy and good governance. That's what she is. Period. She's not important. Brother, yo, man, I have more important things to talk about, brother.
Can't me not say nothing about she if you talk about.
I tell her that.
Me don't know what is a person I talk about.
All the girl where I described as pretty, as in Pretti, as in an adjective, pretty. Not about the looks, you know, but about the word after pretty. I described her as pretty dunce. She is pretty dunce. I mean, and from TikTok, I don't even mention her on my platform. It was like one time I did 2 videos and I said, this girl is cuckoo, gaga, stupid. Alright, her reasoning ability is infuriating. You see me? It's like she cannot comply, but I I cannot. No, but I. That's her. Because some of the arguments that she make is ass backwards. So I don't even attempt to even have a, to just like, no. She look attention. No, I'm not giving you. No.
Who is carrying belly for JLP? You see how they done so stupid? Me not black after that. Me make after that say what you want to say. So me can point out how dumb these die-hearted people are. If you support one party or the other, I'm good with it because I don't support either. But when you're a die-hearted, done-said, so loyal to the party that you can't even be loyal to your country and you can't see the truth. Something wrong with you?
Talk about it.
Something is wrong with you.
Talk about it. They are not patriots.
You can't expect say them are gonna go on so and not look how much things what Warmington do what we all see. Where he never did look good in a parliament and she never shut him down yet.
True.
And people just ask questions and she want to shut them down and I come up now with new rule. That can't work.
Can't work.
It can't work.
Not happening.
I don't know oh this is somebody I can chat about have Juliet name in her mouth. I must say a few times I ever chat about that the woman there.
And so
one time.
And so what if we have our name in she's a servant of us. We are her employer. She's an employee. She's a public servant. So what if we're going to talk about our worker? Nobody should have a problem with that. Nobody. Sorry about that, my people.
A few times I ever chat about that the woman there. One time when me do one video we get too much views on me I say
Amber, if you want to talk about her every day, that is your constitutional right. Freedom of speech. Talk your talk.
The Prime Minister go care about him pocket and in wife account, him account and in wife account. And that's how much about 4 years ago. And if something like this come up and now me attack, who is she if in my mouth? Me hardly even see the woman, I hardly even watch Parliament.
Ryan, big up. Sometimes me can't.
Jesus
sometimes
Christ,
I
can't fool so.
They fool bad man.
Nothing can go so.
Hey, sometimes I'm so man, listen.
Nothing can go so. How my sons are hurt? How my sons hurt because I'm my page. And I can come over here and talk out of my mouth when I want to talk.
Exactly.
I mean, I make nobody bully me off of my page. I make me can't say what I want to say. So yes, politics and sports channels. My hurt, I what? And my page. You know, too out of order somehow, no.
They stink, man. They are germs.
I don't know myself. I wasn't
Germs,
talking politics. I'm talking about what happened in the parliament.
But this
it come in the news.
This is
Hello?
the thing. Even if you are talking about politics, so what? That's the thing. Who cares? That's your right.
We're not protect politicians we not even care about them.
Exactly.
Not even know no.
Bingo.
How dumb can you be?
Bingo.
No, come over here, come bully me. No, come over here, come bully me. So from who get black, I will get black.
Talk your mind, mama. Talk.
So let me just start block some people from now.
That is it.
So me can't know.
You sound jealous of what? I wish you eat that them in the comment section.
Out of order, not too bright, man.
You're not brighter than Amber.
If you not talk something where pleasing to them for do with politics. Remember, in the politics we are talking about now, we are talking about governance. We are talking about parliamentary procedure.
Yes.
And you can't talk and people not attack you about your PMP. Really? Me attack on the back.
Simple.
The hell?
Simple. That's a code.
But if nothing end up on me if you talk about you would come on my page and tell me, dumbass, Connie Scott. If something end up on me if you talk about you would there so talk about me. Andrew not there saying Juliet not there saying and me there so.
Make them know.
I don't know, stop me from talk on my page.
You say they out at the rink.
On the politics pack up in our head, no sense.
Come like old chimney.
On a dumb.
Rink.
I remember so when me talk about my page. And I read them in the pan. And I read them in the pen, because I go on like two people that parade up, people not to be themselves and people not to talk up. People not to talk up for their rights. It not go work over here. This is my page. Yeah. So all of the labor right them who hurt, go on the labor right page them, because this is not a politics page. This is a media, entertainment, information, fun, nice time, good vibes page. Today. Move on if you move and go away. But you don't know when people talk about what happened.
Hey, them are some real lab rats with you, you know.
My wisdom.
Them are some real lab rats with you because them just follow. Them train them in a, who came up with that terminology? You know, so that lab rat terminology there is on point. Cause what rats do? You train them off move, innit? You have them in the lab and you train them how to respond to everything. It's a good terminal, lab rats. My goodness. Yes. Lab rats them. Oh man. Shout out to Mark Golden and the PMP for walking out of Parliament. I wish to hear from the PMP speaking about what is happening in our waters and the potential of
Auntie Dana, you see you see
and the potential of having you know, AR breakout in the Caribbean. Yeah, I wanna say that the PMP, I would love to hear from them. I mean, we've heard from them. Donna Scott Matley has spoken about what Trump is doing, and concerned that the leader, chairman of CARICOM and Jonas, and the leader of Jamaica has been very quiet, you know, and it's a very serious issue. Sovereignty is at stake. The zone of peace that the Caribbean waters is also at stake. People's lives and well-being is at stake. The entire country potentially could be at stake. My only question is there anything that Andrew signed when Rubio came here? And if there was, what was in the content of that particular document? And what does it mean moving forward of how, you know, this convict, you know, not this convict, what does it mean moving forward with the state of the Caribbean? What does it mean? Anyway, man, that's my time, man. I'm tired. I'm getting out of here. Almost gave you guys an hour and a half. I don't know, it's just the rains caught me today. I just think my body needs to recoup. And I've been on the road from morning. You know what it is? I really didn't get a lot of sleep last night. I was up and then, you know, I got up and had to take care of some business early, and yeah, it's been a long day, guys. It's been a long day. Peace be with you. That's my time. Ryan, big up yourself, bro. All of my day one salute. I'm out. Peace. See you in the morning.